The situation at the front remains tense, yet in several directions we are observing positive developments. Our forces continue to hold key defensive lines and gradually strengthen their positions. Southern Donetsk sector. In this area, notable changes have taken place in our favor. Our units advanced north of Zeleny High and secured positions in the western and northern parts of the settlement. This is significant, as the enemy had been attempting to increase pressure here and expand its foothold. The village of Iskra, despite enemy claims, remains under Ukrainian control. Yes, the defense has weak points, but the adversary has not been able to fully take over the situation. Yanuarsk is also completely under our control. At the same time, the enemy has entrenched itself in neighboring Voskresenka and Oleksandrad. Malievka remains a gray zone, fighting continues, but neither side has the advantage. Overall, the front line here has stabilized. We regained control over several important points, though the risk of flanking maneuvers and local breakthroughs still remains. There is reason to believe that these changes became possible due to the redeployment of our additional reserves from other areas. Fresh forces allowed not only to stop the enemy but also to act more actively, putting pressure on its positions. Novopavlivka sector. In the area of Dakhny, our fighters are actively employing FPV drones. They have successfully struck enemy manpower, as well as motorcycle units the adversary uses for rapid maneuvers. This makes it significantly harder for them to hold their positions. The initiative in this sector is currently with us. North of Novokrenka and south of Orekhov, we maintain control over a small strip of field, which serves as an intermediate defensive line. From here, it is possible to effectively observe and monitor enemy movements. The village of Moravka remains contested. The enemy failed to secure it, but our forces also do not fully control the settlement yet. Due to constant artillery and drone activity, the situation remains unstable. Pokrovsk sector. Inside the city, control remains with us. The enemy is attempting to push from several directions, employing artillery and airstrikes, particularly against residential areas and the industrial zone. The heaviest fighting is taking place on the northern and western outskirts. The enemy's main objective remains unchanged: to encircle the city partially and threaten our supply routes. They are currently trying to fortify near Yudakny and Rodinsk in order to seize control of the roads. However, our troops are holding the defense and have received reinforcements, which allows us to stabilize the situation. Myrnohrad sector. Here, the front line runs just a few kilometers from the city. The enemy regularly shells the outskirts, causing fires and destruction. Near the mine located northeast of the city, the enemy attempted to secure positions, but was unable to do so fully. The area remains a gray zone where they have an advantage in firepower, but they are unable to establish control over this site. Pokrovsk, Dobropilya sector. In Rodinsk, the situation is difficult. The enemy controls the eastern part of the settlement, and the fighting is already taking place almost in residential quarters. The enemy seeks to turn this area into a stronghold in order to threaten Pokrovsk and cut off key roads toward Pavlorad and Hryshyn. Our forces have stabilized part of the flanks, but the threat of further enemy advances still remains. Kostantinivka sector. In the Shurbanivka area, the enemy is trying to break through our defenses and take control of the village. In Katarinivka and Klebenbyk the situation is more stable, though shelling continues. In the Poltavka area, the enemy has achieved small tactical gains, but Ruzynyar remains under our control. Heavy fighting continues there, as this section is crucial for holding our defensive lines. Siversk sector. The enemy has managed to secure positions in Serebryanka, yet our units continue fighting to regain control. East of Siversk, the enemy is actively deploying assault groups in an attempt to break through the defenses, but we are holding key lines. There is also activity northeast of Vyemka, where the enemy is trying to exert pressure, but without significant results. Overall along the front, the situation remains complex and dynamic. In many areas, our forces are not only holding back the enemy but also gradually regaining control of certain settlements and key positions. Drones and artillery play a major role, constantly striking enemy positions. Thanks to reserves, we are able to maintain the defense and create counter-pressure.